Hey guys, I hope you all are doing well on this Thursday. Today I wanted to talk about the subject of vulnerability, and my last video was also about vulnerability, but I did a song with it, so it was a shorter video, and I didn't really go into much depth about it. But today I wanted to focus on when you're vulnerable and you're putting yourself out there in service to others, you're going to get a lot of different kinds of judgment and a lot of types of criticism. You also get a lot of love from people. This is true, of course. But that's the reason that a lot of people don't do what's really in their hearts to do. They do what they're told to do. They do what's expected of them. They do what their friends and family tell them, or their managers, or, whatever. I mean, it's really, it's one of those things where it's like you just have to take the good with the bad. And that's what I do, and I don't get a lot of hate, of course. But I do get a lot of people not understanding my path and understanding where I'm at in life. And yes, it hurts when people criticize that or question it, to say the least. But I know my path. I know where I'm at. I know what I'm doing. I know at the very least that, or I guess I should say at the very most, that I have a lot of faith in God. I have a lot of faith in my destined path, and that I will be guided in every moment of every hour of every day, as long as I am willing to listen to it. And when you enter the world of the ego, and you are driven by what people think of you, and your, how much money you make, and all that stuff, I mean, the surface level material stuff, and caring about people's criticism, you can't really listen to that inner voice. You can't listen to your guidance very much. Yes, in a way, yes you can, but not on the level that you can when you're completely surrendered to spirit, and you're allowing that to direct your life and to show you what the next step is. I'm in a place in my life right now where I'm having to live very much on faith. I'm doing everything I can to make things work, to be very vulnerable and honest. And I feel compelled to doing this channel. It is something that is just within me. It's my guidance. When I don't do my videos, I just feel like I'm not living up to what I came here to do. And that's a bad feeling. So, taking care of myself, my family, my home, doing these videos, doing coaching, doing writing here and there, it's all living out my passions and shining my light into the world. That is all more important to me than making thousands or millions of dollars and owning a very, very nice car. Or not that that stuff isn't wonderful. It's great. I mean, who doesn't want to be, live that kind of lifestyle? Who doesn't want that? So that would be an added bonus for me. But that is not my life's calling. But I am open to whatever the universe has for me. But I receive that guidance. I'm just using myself an example. I know I'm talking about myself a lot here, but I'm just using myself as an example of how you are willing to do the things you love and to be vulnerable, just to be vulnerable and get yourself out there in the way that you feel led to do. You have to feel that calling inside, or it's not going to feel right. Another thing quickly that I wanted to talk about is addressing people that are heavy critics and judgmental towards those that are following their heart and don't understand why they're doing the things that they do. It's time for us to hold more compassion for people. you don't know their a lot of people, even if you think that you know their background, you don't know everything. You don't know what's going on inside of that person. You don't know what traumatic events they've had in their life. Or if you do, you don't know how they processed it. And also, I believe in past lives, so compound that onto this current life, and there you go. So we don't understand what's going on in a person's heart, in a person's mind, and how they got to where they are now, and what they're currently dealing with on a micro level. So we have to hold more compassion. So being willing to open up to your fears and your doubts and live that life that you want to live, and being vulnerable and putting yourself out there. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna curse here. Fuck everybody who has the complaints against you. I don't mean that in a nasty way. I just mean, I mean what I say when I say, I guess I should say don't fuck the people, but don't let others dictate how you live your life. Don't let others dictate how you live your life. Don't let circumstances dictate how you live your life. Go for what you love, be who you are, and just go with your guidance, your inner guidance. But then also hold compassion for the judgmental people, for the people that, down you, or, think you're less than, or whatever the crap's going on in their heads. We all have rights to how we want to believe and feel, but my encouragement to you guys is to really think about other people, their circumstances, and to always remember that you don't know everything that went on. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors, or, social media is a good example of that. People can, and the reason that I only post positive things, even though I do absolutely have negative things happen in my life sometimes, and am currently experiencing a little bit of stuff. I'm not going to go into that, but on social media, everybody likes to, personify that they have a happy, healthy life, in which, in my own personal case, I do find contentment and gratitude in my life for the things that I have and for the love in my life. But there are things that are going on behind closed doors that it's everyone's situation. And going back to why I post only positive things, though, is because I consider myself an inspirational person. I want to help people. And so that's the reason why I decide to leave all of that stuff behind closed doors. But that doesn't mean I'm a fake person. So just to clarify to all of you, if I haven't gotten the point across yet. But anyway, my point of this video is to be vulnerable, and do what you want. Do what you want. Do what's in your heart to do. Live by your guidance system. Don't live by anything else. I don't drive a super nice car, but I'm happy with. I don't. I do have a nice house, but even if I didn't, I wouldn't identify myself with those things. Where I identify myself is with what's in here, and how aligned I am with my higher self, with God. And that's how I live my life. So anyway, that's the encouragement for today. Be vulnerable, be compassionate towards yourself and others. And that's the expansion of yesterday's video where I sang a song. Go back and look at that. It was made yesterday. So, love you all. Hope you're continuing to have a good week. I'll see you in the next video.